don't ever let go of your wants because you can't get your beliefs.
Don't ever let go of your wants because you can't get your beliefs right. That, y'all, I've talked about it a few times on here, and I'm coming out of a really dark time, and I really believe that I'm coming out of it. Like, past 6 months have been really hard for me, but I see the evidence all around me of how I'm coming out of this, and I know the work that I've done, and I know the passion and time and blood and sweat and tears I've went into my growth, and I put into just being a better human and learning from my mistakes and learning the lessons the universe has for me. And I actually just, she popped up on my For You page. Go check out the rest of the videos. And, the one that I'm stitching and all the comments and stuff. Because as soon as I heard the stuff earlier that she was saying, I was like, what in the world? She popped up on my For You page, probably a month or so ago. But if even that. But she just popped up again and started saying all this stuff. And I was like, what in the world? Because I've been doing a lot better and feeling a lot more positive about life. But I am just a super spiritual person, and my dreams hold a lot of weight for me. You guys know that because I literally did the whole weird dreams I've had series that I still do sometimes. But I had a dream last night that literally every single thing that it was really more symbolic around people and places, but all the things that I feel like in waking life that I've lost over the past 6 months, all of a sudden were back around me, and they were all being super positive and happy to see me. And I could see the evidence of change happening where people were wanting to make their wrongs right and things like that. But the weird thing was that obviously I was not the same me. I was a me that had started acquiring all the things that I wanted and all the things I've been chasing here recently on my own, by myself, without any of those people or places or things. And so today it just had me in a funk because I was like, dang, I was doing so much better, and now I'm remembering how much I miss the good times with all of those things and everything. But just now, listening to all these messages that she's posting and all the things that she's talking about when it comes to lack mindset, I'm just my brain is buzzing in the best way possible. Or what she's saying about limiting beliefs, that's what it is. Because I've been looking at a lot here recently about lack mindset, but this goes even further. And the whole don't give up your wants because you can't fix your beliefs or whatever it was that she said exactly. But at the very beginning, that just because how many of us, because I know I struggle with it. I right now in this moment, I believe I deserve to be a billionaire. I do. I deserve to have as much money as I want right now, all the money in the world. If I want it, I deserve it. And do I believe that could happen? Yeah, I believe anything could happen. I live in Alabama, and we don't do the lottery here. But, I could go to a state randomly where they do the lottery and decide to, buy and then get it, right? But even that limits how I could become a millionaire or a billionaire. That's me taking, a 3D thing and saying, oh, yeah, and this, really off chance, I could go become a billionaire or millionaire overnight. I literally changed my career overnight. I literally, the dream career that I wanted, to work in the film industry, I did that overnight. I was in this terrible job where I was working for this really toxic person, and I won't give any other details, but basically I did marketing. And I was super miserable, and I was sad, and I was terrible, and I did not feel like going on. I didn't feel like I had any hope in the world, but I took a deep breath in and was like, you know what? I've spent the past few years of my life being realistic and thinking that I was being realistic. Actually, I was being pessimistic and not believing good things could happen for me. So finally I said, you know what? I'm going to start teaching myself that good things can happen. But over the years, and literally that next day is whenever I found out there was a movie coming to my area, and I jumped on it, and I've been working on movies ever since. That was 3 years ago. But since then, I have started putting limits on the good things that could happen to me because of the world that I lived in. I saw how realistic things was and I looked at the situation that I stepped into where I literally changed my career overnight, and I was like, yeah, this is a super coincidental but realistic thing that happened. So everything to me since then has had to be some form of realistic. But in that instance, if you're doing that, you're not giving the universe the opportunity to bring you a miracle. You're not giving the universe the opportunity to present something to you that comes out of left field, because you're believing that it can't happen to you unless it looks a specific way. And so I think that's why this is resonating so hard with me, because I don't see myself as someone who is pessimistic anymore. I do sometimes assume the worst, but then I immediately follow it up with, that's a limiting thing. That's a lack mindset. I've been through worse and I've come out ahead, and I remind myself of all the good things that are on me, and I'm grateful. But I never give the universe the opportunity just to surprise me. And like, I get so hell-bent on the things I want. And that's what this same video is like just blowing my mind with, is that whenever I first like really got deep into therapy, like post like college, because I started therapy in college, but like when I got deep into therapy post college, I started learning about like what I later called shadow work. But in there, it was like an unboxing of whys. Why? Like, why do you feel this way if somebody does this? Why do you feel anxious if somebody does this? And like learning that trauma. But now like this video is like giving me the same energy, but in the opposite direction. Like, why do you want that? Okay, why? Okay, why? Because once you get to that core, you'll find out what limiting you beliefs that are hiding under, like you have hiding underneath beliefs that don't seem like limiting beliefs. Like, I'm realizing that so many beliefs that I'm like, oh yeah, I could have this very specific thing because of like whitewashed manifestation, like spiritual, like culture. And I mean, I'm pagan and spiritual, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm in it, but like, I don't prescribe to certain things that like mainstream spirituality brings to you, because like, there's so many different ways to do the things that people are saying that like, there's no, like, you just, too many people get lost too much on the ritualistic part of it and the things that they have to do and forget what the universe can do, you know? And so like, with manifestation, you hear all the time, like, be as specific with it as possible and like get down to a T and so on and so forth. But how many times, if you're doing that, are you limiting the universe? Because if you're manifesting something and you're told it has to be realistic for you, well, realistic looks different to other people. What looks realistic to me may be different from what really looks realistic to you. And then you're putting your limitations on it. So I don't know, just a lot of thoughts, a lot of things I'm having to think about right now. And then I'm really glad that I stumbled on this video.